Hi there, this is Jason Renshaw, and welcome to the first of my online TOEIC speaking lessons. This is TOEIC speaking lesson 1. We are looking at questions 1 and 2 in the TOEIC speaking test, and we are going to start with a general introduction to the task. So let's have a quick look. We're going to look at questions 1 and 2, general introduction. Now, when you take the actual TOEIC speaking test, you'll see these directions appear on your screen first. You'll notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections to the speaking part of the test, and there are a variety. In many cases, there's more than one question in each part. So we're looking at the first part, which is questions 1 and 2, and it's all about reading a text aloud. And the key evaluation criteria here that you can see is pronunciation and intonation and stress. So when you click through and start this particular task, you'll see a screen that looks like this. It will say questions 1 and 2, read a text aloud. In this part of the test, you will read aloud the text on the screen. You will have 45 seconds to prepare. Then you will have 45 seconds to read the text aloud. Now this text will usually be some sort of short announcement or an advertisement or some sort of correspondence that is to be read out loud. Now here's an example task. This is one of the texts that you might see, and you will have 45 seconds just to look at that screen and to prepare for it, and then you'll have 45 seconds to actually read that text out loud. Now 45 seconds is pretty generous. It's a pretty generous preparation time, but it's also a very generous time for actually reading out loud. There's no reason why most people shouldn't be able to read out this text in 45 seconds. So I'm going to read it aloud for you, and I want you to just pay attention to the way I'm reading it out. And remember that we want to focus on pronunciation, intonation, and stress. On Wednesday, October 17, we will begin installing new internet connections in your building. Unfortunately, computers in most offices will be without internet for most of the day. However, by 10 a.m. we expect to finish the new installations in the main lobby, conference room, and several workshop rooms. Please use those locations if you require internet access on the day in question. So you may like to actually even rewind and have a listen to me read that out loud again, and pay particular attention to the pronunciation, the intonation, and the stress. So in terms of this task, here are the key points for your preparation. 1. You need to use that 45 seconds preparation time to actually read through the text, but it's also a very good idea to actually read it out loud to yourself. The recorder won't be on. No one will be able to hear you. It won't count towards your answer, that preparation time. The mic isn't turned on yet, so you can just actually practice reading out that text, and it's very important to do that because you won't get a feel for the rhythm or the difficult sounds or sound combinations if you're not actually sort of rehearsing them with your actual mouth. So it's a good idea to read it out loud to yourself before the actual recorder starts. Remember to concentrate on these key things: your rhythm and stress at sentence level, correct intonation in appropriate places, correct use of syllables and syllable stress, and also accurate pronunciation of sounds and sound combinations. Now, they may sound a little bit complicated, those different considerations, but in a series of follow-up lessons to this one, I'm going to go through those considerations one by one: the rhythm and stress, the intonation, the syllables, and the accurate pronunciation. So that's been a general introduction to the first part of the TOEIC speaking test, questions 1 and 2, and I hope you'll join me for the next lesson.